Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy, and this is another episode of Behind the Unicorn. Today we have a guest, and her name is Channing Gardner.
Thanks
Welcome.
for having me.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I do a whole lot. A lot of people like to say, like, well, you wear so many hats, and I do wear many hats in business and home and on my head.
Sure.
I own an insurance agency here in Edmond, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Out of Arcadia. And then I'm an author, so I've got one novel and about 15 kids' books. And then
I thought you were going to say 15 kids.
No. I've got 2 kids, and that's plenty.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And then I sit on the board of a new nonprofit starting here in Oklahoma called the True You organization.
Okay, awesome. And then what about something else I know about you, potentially? Health insurance too, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so that's part of my insurance agency. We do group health, dental, and vision for small businesses.
Awesome. How'd you get started with all of this? Which one was first?
So the insurance was first.
Okay.
In 2020, when the pandemic hit, I was a move-in coordinator at a retirement community. Loved that job and all the residents. But nobody was moving in because of COVID.
Sure.
And so they said, in 24 hours, we no longer need your position. And I cried my whole last day. And then I sat at home kind of feeling sorry for myself for a few months and finally started applying to jobs, landed in insurance, and I really kind of took my insurance exam as a dare because the man who interviewed me said, well, we just, women just don't typically do that well in insurance.
Makes sense.
I said, well, my papa owned an insurance agency, so I'm pretty sure this is in my blood. What's the fastest anybody's taken the exam? He goes, well, 4 days. I said, I'll have it done in 2. And so I passed with a 97 in 20 minutes, 2 days with cram studying. And here I am.
Did he have anything to say about that?
He actually quit a few weeks later.
What?
Yep, I ended up taking over his agency about 2 months in, and then started researching ethical companies.
You did that on purpose?
No, I don't think so. I've been told I'm a little bit intimidating, though.
Yeah,
I believe
I'm intimidated now.
Yeah, I believe in ethics first and excellence, and so.
What do you believe in last?
Losing and lying.
Did you play sports?
I did, yeah.
What'd you play?
I was competitive cheer for 15 years.
I was going to say gymnastics.
I did gymnastics. Yep,
Well,
I did
in my mind,
gymnastics. And our Olympian, Shannon Miller, she actually coached me for a little bit. And then.
But then you became the coach and she quit.
Right. Then I moved to competitive cheer.
But then she quit.
Yeah. No, she didn't quit. No, she got a highway named after her and then she retired.
Then you made her quit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's a good start. The question we like to ask everyone that, sits in the seat or is on Zoom, what makes you a unicorn?
So I think the thing that makes me a unicorn in my industry is ethics first.
Okay.
I think a lot of insurance, they have a way of trying to make money first and then kind of pandering to your needs after the fact. And so I researched for 2 years who I wanted to partner with and went fully independent in January after 2 years of extensive research because I'm really sick of insurance companies screwing over everybody out here in the normal world and charging too much for their premiums and then not covering your insulin or your medication, and that just doesn't sit right with me.
So more health insurance, not home, auto, business.
Yep, I do health, dental, vision, and then life and retirement. Life and retirement, though, I've got a team of specialists that I normally pass off to because that's not my passion point.
Okay.
And I really think that in life, we perform best when we are in our passion points, and I want my clients to have the very best. And so I pass off passion points for retirement to those people that specialize in that area.
Yeah, awesome. Good answer. Anything else that makes you a unicorn?
People would say my hats. I'm always in a hat or my hair is up. You'll never see me with my hair down and a hat not on. And it's really just a nervous tick because I play with my hair.
Do you wake up in a hat?
I don't wake up in a hat. No. Unless it's really cold, I might sleep in a beanie.
And then you feel like really good.
Right, exactly.
That's
then I wake up ready to go. I don't even have to do my hair. The hat's already on.
Yeah. Before we get too far, hit the like button, subscribe, comment, ring the bell. It helps us and ensures that you will not miss episodes as we put those out. And then I also need to say thank you to Allied Medical Marketing, our episode sponsor. Allied Medical Marketing made this episode possible. Thank you.
We're helping hospitals, clinics, and doctors train their staff and turn patient education into marketing. It's time to start letting your patients meet their physician before they meet their physician with Allied Medical Marketing.
Channing, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, hold on.
Anything close to Channing I'll answer to, though. I get Chandler, Channing, Shannon. It's all good.
Well, it's the first time I've ever met a Channing.
I've never met another Channing. And
Okay.
I really refuse.
I thought you were going to say Jimmy. I was like, well, that's very rare.
I really refuse to meet another Channing.
Okay.
We actually had my daughter in preschool was invited to a birthday party around the corner, and her mom's name was Channing. And I said, I've gone 28 years without meeting another Channing. I don't think I want to.
Yeah. Well, the more you network, the more you prospect and do those kinds of things. I've ran across so many different names in a week than I would ever imagine.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, wow. So I just want to make sure I got it right. All right, Channing. Do you have any business hacks for our audience?
Yeah. So, I mean, the first one I would say is find your passion point. I think that the more that you can be mission focused and find what aligns with your ethics and your passion and your knowledge base, and then just continue to grow those three things, your ethics, your knowledge base, and your passion, the better that you can serve your clients. And the better that you can serve your clients, the more you're going to be trusted. And then I think the other thing for small businesses really is learning what you need as a small business owner. I think a lot of times there's this wall that we kind of hit as small business owners because we don't want to make the ask. And I think there's a really good way to do it, and there's a really tacky way to do it. But for me, like, my ask is bring me more clients so I can save them from the health insurance market.
Sure.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's what makes my business strong. And that's what makes my clients strong as well, when they get to save their friends and family from the same healthcare marketplace.
Well, there's a way to do it too, right? It has to be, approachable.
Exactly.
And we get common, know, like, trust factors. And like, how do we do that with video? How do we do that with an email? How do we do that in person? How do we do that and grow our business? You're walking a fine line anytime you do it. So it has to be in the right way, or you're going to fall off, fail, or you're going to fall into maybe more business.
Yep. And I think always leading with giving first as a business owner, and making sure that, like, I'm not going to ask from a business owner until I feel like I've given them. So, like, our mission statement for my agency is we add value no matter if the person buys or not. Like, I'm going to connect you. If you don't need my service, that's totally fine. But do you need a podcast room or editors? Do you need property and casualty re-quoted for people that I know are going to have your back, and they're going to quote for you every year whether you ask it or not, to make sure you're not getting screwed over? And so I think as long as you have the mindset of I'm going to leave this person better than how I met this person, it makes that ask less awkward, and people are more than happy to help you.
Yep. Agreed. And then you all of a sudden just want to be a consultant one day.
Right. Yep.
So do you have any tips or tricks to find those passion points?
Yes. So shameless plug. In my book, Don't Be a Lemon, there's a chapter called Mission Focused.
I always say we make lemonade every day here.
Yes,
so.
yeah. And so Don't Be a Lemon is based off my leadership failures. I'm a pretty open book, and I really believe that the more that we can kind of show our flaws to society, the more that other people will understand that they're just like literally everybody else, and you can get over those.
Yeah.
And so I went through an experience called Kazone at church. And it's really where
What's it called?
It's called Kazone.
Okay, just Kazone, not Kazone at church.
Right, it's just called Kazone.
I was confused. I wanted to make sure I got it right.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
CHAZOWN.
I'm glad I asked that too.
Yes. And really what they do is they kind of look at your history and like everything that you've been through, and they say, let's put a purpose behind everything that happened. And so for me, like that was really a light bulb moment where I can take all of these, crappy things that have happened or the good things that have happened, and I can kind of
remember the crappy things.
Right. I remember a lot of the crappy things. Some of those I did to myself, but I'm better off for it, and other things just happened to me. But my Kazone is I am a shield to those that God allows me to lead, and I'm meant to lead many and not few. And so everything that I do is focused around that. How can I lead you to save money? How can I lead your business to be more prosperous?
You can start doing the podcast.
Exactly.
How can I take your insurance agency? And I'm going to take the test in 2 days.
Yeah, you could do it. It's possible. You could do it.
That's awesome. I interrupted you. I'm really good at that. Anything else like to find the passion points? I mean, it sounds...
No, I mean, it's really just kind of honing in on all the little things that happened. And for me, like the things that I feel like there's a magnet pulling me, that's probably a passion point. If I get really tingly or I get really anxious, that's probably a passion point. If you feel really nervous about taking that next step in your business or taking that next step in your career, it's probably because there's a passion point around that. And so learning how to kind of like microscope in on those and go, what is happening here? And what is that one little thing that I need to really start honing in on?
I try to just focus on one thing every day.
Yes.
And just hopefully it all adds up. And I know it does. I mean, we're sitting here today.
Yep.
So, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we met like over a week ago.
Yeah.
And here you are today.
Yeah.
Like,
we manifested it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So on to the passion points. How long ago did you do the Kazone test? Is it a test?
It's a whole experience. So
okay, do you have to go to church to do it?
You do not. So in my book, I break it down, and I even have it broken down on my website for free. So anybody who wants to go do the Kazone and can't afford the book or can't afford to go to the experience at church, it's there for you, and it walks you through how to exactly do it. But really, you need 3 different colored sticky notes and a Sharpie and a wall. That's really it. And then it's really just being, and then it's just being honest with yourself and making sure that you're as transparent with yourself as you can be. Because if you're trying to hide some of the crap, then you're probably not going to get to the actual passion point. But yeah, that's how you can do it.
So out of you've kind of hit a nerve with me. So I'm really kind of interested in this.
Yeah.
Have you seen people go through this process and not follow through?
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
I think most people don't follow through. And I mean, that's a really sad thing. No, I'm a finisher.
Yeah.
I like to finish things.
Yeah.
Or I like to fail really fast so I know it's not what I'm supposed to be doing. That's kind of my philosophy.
Yeah.
But no, unfortunately, most people don't follow through. Yeah. And most people go their whole lives and they don't ever find that passion point, and they just work to pay the bills. And I think that's a huge disservice to yourself and the community, because every single person has something inside of them that the community needs.
Yeah.
And you're the only one that can bring that thing that way into the community. So.
Agreed. Awesome. What about giving first? You said that earlier.
Yeah, I think it's important for me as a Christian. I tithe. I give my first 10% back to the church. I try and give my clients anything and everything they need, whether it's just advice or just being 100% transparent with any kind of fees associated with a decision that they make, or the charges that they're going to see, the free stuff that they get with their memberships, and all that kind of stuff. And just making sure that in business, I think a lot we have a tendency to take and say, what can this person bring to me? Or this person's going to bring this into my company.
I'm going to give you this money and I want to turn into more money.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
That's it, right? It's very greedy.
Yeah. And instead saying like, okay, I see you as a business owner and I see what you do, and I think it adds huge amounts of value. So regardless if we work together on a professional level where money is exchanged or not, there can still be a value exchange.
Sure.
I still know people that can be on this podcast that would add value to the community that you serve. I still know people that need editing service that I can bring to you. And so I just think that as long as we're keeping our eyes open for opportunities to give, they're all around us.
Yeah. Awesome. Very well put.
Thank you.
So, any more business hacks for the audience? Have a plan and know what you need, right?
Yeah.
So have like your 60-second. You're like, hey, what do you do? Like at the baseball field, you've known a parent for a while. That happens to us, right?
Yep.
Or a baseball field. I've never asked them what they do, and then one day I do. They need to be able to tell me what they do so I understand it, and then they get it.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. I think elevator pitches, knowing what your passion points are, and then knowing your schedule. I think small business owners especially have a tendency to burn out. And sometimes that's because we're not following our passion point. And so we're just losing interest along the way because it's not what we're supposed to be doing.
You become overwhelmed with tasks, and
Exactly.
now you just feel like you're drowning.
Exactly.
And what's the point?
Yeah,
I've not been there.
Or I've
never been there.
Right. No, me neither. Me neither. I've always just had it together.
For sure.
Or
That's why you're here.
Yeah. Or I think that they don't know their schedule, right? Like, I'm not a morning person. I do not do my best work in the morning. And so you are a morning person. My husband is a morning person.
5:30 a.m. this morning.
Oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. He's like, I'm going to take you to work so that we don't have to ride 2 cars. And I'm like, okay, what time are we leaving? He goes, 7:30. I said, I'm going to need you.
You can sleep in the car.
I'm going to need you to adjust
sleep in the car.
No, we adjust it. We left at 9.
Oh, jeez.
But
I do want to go to sleep at 9 at night, though.
oh, see, I'm the night owl. I do a lot.
Because you sleep in?
Yep, I sleep in and I stay up late. Yep.
Anything else?
No.
No? Okay. Life hacks? Any more life hacks?
I think reading, honestly, it's a huge life hack. For me, I do a devotion before my feet hit the floor every morning, and I try and read at least an hour a day. And most of the time I do that during my lunch break or after hours once I'm done working at the end of the day. But constantly taking in knowledge, you'd be shocked if you just read with a highlighter and just highlighted those things that like you had to read twice, how much you actually get to soak in.
So I can hear our viewers right now going, yeah, right. Read at lunch. Do you know what I have to do? Right? They're probably not even watching this podcast. Those people aren't. So some people get it that are watching, some people don't. For the ones that don't, what was life like before you started reading at lunch? Right? I mean,
honestly, it was more chaotic.
Right? Okay.
Like, I know that it sounds counterintuitive to take an hour and read during the day, whether it's during the day or at the end of the day or before you get started. But when you take that time to read, I have some of my best business ideas in that hour that I'm reading because of the material that I'm reading, or just because I've taken my brain out of this situation and put it someplace else that's not TikTok or Netflix or, just the mind-numbing stuff. And when my brain gets those little breaks, I have, they would be a great client. Or, I found the connection that I need to make for this client because of something they told me. And so honestly, it was more chaotic before I decided to implement that into my schedule.
Yeah. So after share, comment, ring the bell here, you put your phone down and read something.
Yes.
Because there are people that are just hooked to the scroll, right?
Oh, yeah.
I was kind of looking over someone's shoulder not too long ago, not intentionally. It was just because they had earbuds in and we're in a public place, and it was we were all spread out, but I was kind of stacked behind her a little bit, and it was like she made me tired scrolling, and I was like, ugh. Like, she scrolled more than I did because I might scroll 5 or 6 times, and I'm like, I've had enough, or I don't stalk people. I'm more about going and looking at our post to see if whatever, right? Like, if people are looking, if people are commenting on our stuff.
Yeah, for business purposes.
Yeah, I don't spend our time looking at other people's stuff.
Right.
We spend our time making our stuff, right?
Yep.
And so she scrolled so many times, I was like, oh my, and it was just random stuff, like, who is that? Like, and it's just like all the stuff that
because it's just a big giant rabbit hole. And if you jump too far, you can't grab the edge and pull yourself back out. Like, somebody else has to reach in and kind of pull you out.
Yeah.
And honestly, before I started reading, that's what I did with my breaks. And there's some times that you look back and you're like, where did the last 30 minutes of my life go? Yeah. To nothing, to absolutely nothing. I gained no knowledge. I added no value. I was nowhere near my passion point. Like, that's literally just a waste of my time.
Usually whenever I do the scroll, I just feel worse.
Oh, yeah.
I just like, I should be doing my own stuff.
Yep.
Anyways. Okay, Channing. All of our viewers sent in some questions.
Okay.
What keeps you up at night?
I don't really stay up like once I'm tired, I go to sleep. But I have really vivid dreams of like future plans or things that I should do. And so honestly, I don't like to stay up too late. I like my 8 hours, my full 8 hours.
Okay.
Because my dreams are a lot of my inspiration for business or what I write and things like that.
I'm going to tell people that too. I need to sleep in because I need a dream.
Yeah, I need my 8 hours for my business visions.
Yeah. So nothing really, what stays on your mind though? What do you think about a lot about? I guess that's
anytime
what
that
I mean.
lose a client, like that doesn't work with me, or we miss a deadline, like if they didn't realize when their benefits expired and when they had to get new benefits enrolled, especially I had a client recently that they didn't realize that they couldn't just get a 1-month extension to get the new open enrollment done. They came to me too late, and now they're paying about $15,000 more per month than they needed to be. And they're stuck in for another year. And like, I'll lose sleep over that because I was not able to save that business, that $15,000 that they could have put back into building their business up even more.
Yeah.
So those are kind of the things that keep me up.
Okay.
Yeah.
We already covered this one. What do you do? What is 1 or 2 things you think our viewers should know that you haven't talked about yet?
Let's see. I operate in more than just Oklahoma.
Okay.
So there are
What other
8 states that I'm in. So let's see if I can get them all off the memory. Oklahoma, Texas, Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky. We'll be in Florida in October, as well as Wisconsin in October, and Virginia, and there's always there's one more that we're opening in October, and I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Okay. Oops. What states? I'm just joking.
I was like, I don't know if I could do it again.
Why those states? Because you like to vacation at those areas?
No, because the healthcare laws in those states are a lot more flexible, because what we're offering is a totally different type of healthcare.
Okay.
And so it is not United Healthcare, it is not Blue Cross Blue Shield, it is not Humana. We actually beat their pricing by normally 20 to 40%, but the coverage is more than what clients with those larger carriers are getting. And there's a lot of free stuff that comes with it. So like, if you pay your health insurance premium, you get access to free self-care with us. So manicures, pedicures, haircuts, massages, yoga, meditation, all kinds of stuff. And so we really have to work with the state legislators to make sure that either we can adjust the legal laws to make sure that we're coming into that correctly, or we need to restructure a few of our plans, more the HSA side of the plans,
HSA
to health savings account.
Okay.
We have to restructure some of the HSAs in different states based on the laws in that state.
I wish I had something real witty to say, but like, did you say pedicures? What? Haircuts?
Yeah, pedicures, manicures, haircuts, massages, yoga, meditation.
Sign me up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, no, it's brand new. I love that my health insurance says, Channing, please go get a massage once a month, because if you're feeling better, your health will be better.
Yeah.
And we're going to pay for it.
What about gym membership? Does it help
gym
with that
membership.
too? Gym membership?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome. Anything else you want to add?
I don't think so.
No?
No, I really appreciate it. This has been fun.
Yeah, not too bad?
Yeah.
Okay, to our viewers, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell, and comment. Thank you to Ally Medical Marketing for making this episode possible. And thank you to Channing Gardner for being our guest.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. You want to give one a go?
Yeah.
Awesome. Good job.
Thanks.